Nothing romantic about this candlelight dinner. The Mafusi family says rolling power cuts in Johannesburg are straining their finances and family time.
We would come back from school work and then just, catch up as a family, prepare supper, help with homeworks. But now we have to rush everything. What takes priority is your homework and making sure that everybody eats on time before it gets dark.
2 power plants operated by the public utility provider Eskom have stopped working. That's forced the company to implement daily nationwide power cuts that last at least 6 hours. Experts say years of corruption and mismanagement at Eskom have left the country's energy infrastructure in a dilapidated state.
Eskom is shouting at people, you use too much electricity, you are in the wrong. Eskom should again establish its credibility in civil society with the general public, so that civil society and the general public can help support Eskom.
The energy shortfall is not only a nuisance for residents, it's also impeding the growth of businesses.
The big issue is companies that has to take longer term decisions on expansions. Both the cost and the certain or sure availability of the electricity is a big issue in them taking longer term decisions, which is not a good situation.
The electricity shortfall reduced South Africa's economic growth by 3% last year. According to research conducted by PricewaterhouseCoopers, this cost an estimated 350,000 new jobs. Addressing the crisis is expected to cost at least $28 billion over the next 3 years.
Government should pull their socks up, remove themselves from Eskom, let Eskom being run independently. And Eskom should just do the right thing, stop doing corruption, stop stealing.
Beyond the investments, the power sector is also in need of urgent reforms. But previous attempts to privatize the energy sector have faced staunch opposition from labor unions. And without a quick fix to the crisis, families like the Mafusis will likely stay in the dark. Tayyibe Aydin, TRT World.
For more on this, we spoke to Agnes Gitau. She's managing partner at GBS Africa. As an advisor to services sector businesses in South Africa, she says beyond investments, the country's energy sector needs wholesale reforms.
The meltdown of the Eskom holding, which is the utility company that supplies 90% of South Africa's electricity, is a legacy of chronic mismanagement, corruption, failure to maintain the power plants, which also are aging and dependent on coal mines, really old and aging plants that obviously contribute to these outages we are currently experiencing in South Africa. The energy crisis obviously has been made worse by the ongoing crisis in Ukraine and Russia, right? And this makes it even difficult for South Africans. If this is not addressed, my view, and again quoting Thabo Mbeki, South Africa may have its own Arab Spring, high rates of unemployment, high cost of living, inflation rates. Despite government's efforts to intervene, there isn't a lot of rigor room, right? There is a lot of, and these challenges, economic challenges, are being experienced everywhere. But if there isn't a political leadership, if politicians are only looking at next term, it will be impossible to solve the crisis. But certainly, my view is the importance of bringing in the private sector and public sector working together and giving them incentive so that they're able to participate in power generation. And this is not only for South Africa, but the entire African countries.